Hello?
We are here at the Next Level Thoughts podcast with my guest, Justin Lawson.
What's up, guys?
And so, as we were talking before, we can just go right into what we were talking before.
Okay, I could talk about that. I don't want.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't want to.
That's a good point. We'll talk about the first time that I met you. That I don't know if you remember this. We were both at the. It was the Laugh Factory audition. Well, I kind of met you, but not briefly. It was a Laugh Factory audition, Mike, the Tuesday one.
Tuesday, okay.
Yeah, it was like, you know how like that room is just dead.
You gotta come early for it.
It's just I came very early to that. I waited in line for like
I waited in line, and I did that one time. it was hot too that day.
Yeah, it was just waiting in line. So I remember doing that. And then when you wait in line, the people that show up at like 6.
Yeah.
You don't want them to do good because you're like,
fuck. Oh yeah. Because you're like, yo, I just waited an hour.
You're like, fuck. Like I just waited so long, and
they were well rested.
Yeah, they're very like just energy and all that, and I'm in the heat like fuck.
Yeah.
And you were one of the people that came in at I think at 6 or whatever the time was. You came in. And it was that's a weird room like that. It's a weird mic because it's like no energy, very.
It's a lot of comedians that are trying to make it, and there are people that laugh, but then there's also some people that are like, I can do that better or something like that.
Yeah,
so that's kind of the energy, but
because I remember you came up there. I forgot when, and you came up there with this energy, and then I think I forgot what joke you started. I think you're Chris Rock. Madagascar one?
Yeah.
And you were doing good, and I was like, fuck this guy. Because I'm like, fuck. And I forgot that, because 2 weeks before, I'd won the house spot.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy.
Then why'd you come early?
What? Well, maybe 3 weeks. It was a time where I came back, and I did my set again.
Oh, okay.
And then I wanted to do a thing where I'm going to come every week, no matter what. And then I wanted to win, like, I was like, if I win it one time, I can win it again, so they know me. And that time, I was going to win it again. And you had a good set. And I think Dylan came by and had a good one too.
Yeah, Dylan.
And I was like,
real good.
And I was like, fuck, this is not going to go well with me.
Yeah, Dylan. I think Dylan won that one, right?
And that's the one he won.
Yeah.
So he won. That was the one that he won. And I had won it like a month or whatever before. But I was going for that one again. Like, I can win it again.
Yeah, and just be like, oh, stack up.
And that was the one I waited in line. And then he came. I think you two came late. And you both had really good sets. And I'm like,
yeah. When I saw Dylan's set. When I saw Dylan set, I was like, well, I mean, I don't think I got this one. But I was like, he's on point where everything, like his timing and his timing and everything was just on point that time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, he's a funny dude. But I think that's the first time I met him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was just like, it probably was just like a trickle, like a domino effect.
That's actually, because I've known him for a while. I don't think we started on the same time, but we met each other years ago, and he would come by here and we'd play. I have N64 there.
Oh, word. What's your game on it?
Well, Super Smash Bros.
That's your game on it?
That's it.
Right.
Like, me and him would game to like legit. We would do an open mic. It would be done around midnight. He would come here. We used to game till like 5 in the morning.
Bruh, that's what we do.
I know.
Except on the newer one.
I know. But. So in preparation, because for people that don't know, I don't know if anyone's listening, but for people who don't know. So you play the new Super Smash Bros. In your house with all your like Matt Price and all Luis Garcia.
Yeah, Ruben Mercado. Well, he's not really in the stand-up scene.
Okay.
He's a stunt actor, but he's dope dude.
Okay.
He just got into the League of Smash or whatever. Because when you play online on Smash Brothers. Now I'm about to get like real nerdy.
I wasn't game before. I'm
very
nerdy, dude. Go ahead.
So once you get on the Smash Brothers, it's way different than all the other online for the Switch. So they got like in the other ones, I think you just get points and then you get ranked. But this one is like if you make a certain amount of points, then you just fight top people.
Oh, okay.
You don't fight the bottom tier.
You fight the top tier.
Yeah, it's everybody that's like really, really good. And you gotta make a certain amount of points to get accepted in that group.
Are you in that group?
Not yet. No, I haven't been
playing. But he's in that group.
Yeah.
I thought you were better. Are you better than him or no?
Who, than Ruben?
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm better than him.
Because I asked Matt, I said, who's the best one in the house? And he said you.
I do think I'm better than him. Far as because I could play with way more characters.
Oh yeah, I just did one.
Yeah, I could play with my character right now is Zelda. That's my for some reason I don't know how because I'm a Link fan. I didn't even mess with Zelda, but the way they made Link in this new one, I was like, he's trash.
You're like, fuck that.
I was like, why would they?
There is a lot of characters, man.
They do.
I did because I haven't. So I told my roommate had the Smash Bros. On the Switch. I've never played it a day in my life. I know that on the old one, I'm like top tier. I'm good at that one. I'm legit like, I'm good. So the new one I know is different, but I'm like, I'm a gamer. Eventually, I'll be good eventually. I know that if I keep playing, I can be good.
Yeah.
So yesterday he came to my room and he brought it in there. We played. I played for like the first time ever. For maybe like 40 minutes is all I ever played. So in preparation for today, I'm like ready, but I only use Pikachu because in the old one, Pikachu is my guy in this one, and the old one. So I tried with the new one, but I remember looking, and he was like, "How many characters do you think there are?" I'm like, "I don't know, maybe like 30, but that's a lot." And there was like 80, 90 characters.
Bruh. And they're adding more.
They're
adding more. Like you gotta buy characters.
Yeah, I'm only gonna use Pikachu and just be
Pikachu. Listen, this is the thing. Pikachu
just the. Like, yo, you're like Pikachu.
I got angry one time because I was learning what's her name, Paulatina or something like. This is I've only seen one.
So
there's some green haired girl. I was learning her because I was just like I was trying to do some different characters that I wanted to play with, and I was getting tired of playing. There was a moment in time where Ruben was doing better than me.
Okay.
And I was like, I need to find a new character because he basically knows me as his character. So I was learning Paulatina, and I got better with her, and I started playing them with her, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start making this my character.
Got it.
I went online, played a Pikachu. Son, he was doing moves I've never seen. And he didn't even, I think his damage was 12% with 3-stop. He 3-stopped me with 12%. I almost broke my whole game.
That's the worst. You just can't, like, you just get 3 stocks. You just can't get anything. Like,
bruh, it's like
you can't touch the ground. You're like, what's happening?
And when I knocked him off, he falls off the screen. He falls down, goes under the stage, comes back up.
Yeah, the electricity that tinto.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Where he does the B and overcharge or whatever, and then does the electricity.
Oh yeah,
because he went under. I knocked him off the stage.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, because he has in the new one. He has like the bullet, whatever that is.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like if you do that all the way over, and then you, shit.
Bruh, I was like, he's gonna beat me. Yeah. But I finally killed him.
It's a pride thing.
Yeah.
If you get 3 stocks,
bro, you don't want to get 3 stocks.
Anything like that. It's a very, especially when me and my roommate, we're both very good at the old one, and we would go at it, and we, I'll win games, he'll win games. I think he'll agree I won more, but we go back and forth. He's very good. But the pride comes in with like,
man, if you don't want to 3
stocks, you're like, I'm not gonna get 0. Like what?
Yeah.
And in Halo we call it getting a goose egg, like 0.
Oh, when you don't get none.
We get 0 kills.
Yeah.
It's like it's a very prideful thing.
Man, and you're just staring at the screen like, man, I'll fight you in real life. Like don't do this to me.
That's the main thing. That you just when you go to anger, I'll fight you. You're like you lost.
Yeah. Like it was like it got to that point in our house where nobody was fighting, but like me and Ruben were going back and forth. Matt gotten way better. Oh, really? Matt, listen, Matt, when he first started, he was horrible. Yeah. Now this man, he uses Rob a lot. He started with that, he's that robot dude, but he got way better. But me and Ruben used to go back and forth. At first it was just like me, and then it went to back and forth, and then he gotten better because there's this new dude on the game where it's just
is that the guy I think my roommate told me about? Is it Blythe or whatever, or no?
Oh, no, that person's a beast too, but she's slow.
Okay.
So, I think that's like Byleth or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, she's slow, so there's things around it. There's this person named Terry on the game, where the higher the damage is, when they attack back, they got this power move where it's just like, if your damage is high, they could basically kill you in like a few hits.
Really?
Man, it is ridiculous. And he learned that. And he learned it well. So that was what was giving me problems when we were going back and forth or whatever. But I started getting his timing more. The more we played, the more I was like, okay, so I know he's going to do this when he does that. Okay, I got to step. At first, I didn't even know how to defend it.
Yeah. It's always weird when you play someone, you're like, they do like a move or something. You're like, I need to how?
I was literally like, and I don't, not to like throw them under the bus, but like when I play the game, I don't like to look at YouTube to learn how to get better.
Yeah,
I'm more like, let me just play it. Let me just play it. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna take my time.
I'm the same way. People that watch like, oh, they do that and that move. I'm like, I'm just gonna play it.
Yeah.
Like, if I beat you, I beat you. If there's a way you're beating me, I'm gonna figure out how to beat that.
Yeah.
And then, like for a long time, I was beating Dylan this one way. Like Pikachu, I'd like do the shield and then roll whatever, then grab because he has the quickest grab. And so I'd grab. And now edge guard, and I'll like destroy him that way. Then he found out a different character to defend that kind of. And then I'm like, fuck. So now I didn't look up it. I had to go back and be like, okay, how do I defend that now? And then just keep going.
Take your time. Yeah, man. But they'll look up a YouTube video and be like, yeah, all right, I'm studying. Okay, that's a move. I'm gonna use that move on them.
So officially on here, you've never looked up a YouTube video?
No, I'm not looking up YouTube.
That's good.
For me, I'm just like, I'll just play it.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't want to look up YouTube. I don't know. I just never wanted to look up YouTube videos to learn how to play a game like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm like, if I play online, I'm going to learn all those moves because I'm going to see them do it on me. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know that move. I know how to do that move. I just got to put that rhythm together or something like that.
That's true.
But, yeah, man, we'll stay up. I forget to breathe while I'm playing. You ever play the game, you get good, you're like, and you win, you're like, oh, I forget to eat.
Bro,
be hungry.
I've been anyone who games now, where they're like, oh, I play a lot. Like back when I played like the most of my Halo days, because I was like going to tournaments, but I would play like 10-hour spans of and I would come back from school and I'll play. And like you're right, you forget to eat. Like I legit played. I'm like, oh, it's like what? Like 7. It's like 10:30, 11, and like, oh shit, I forgot to eat dinner.
Yeah, you're like, man, when that girl this beer? I got a birthday.
I got a beer.
Your wife comes in. When did I get married? Huh? It's crazy. Like when you play a game and you like it.
Yeah,
man, it's like you forget about everything.
That's the main thing. It's very, and the matches. Well, I'm sure the new one too. They're very quick. So it's like. You can keep playing forever because it's very matches over. It's the best out of 3 or whatever. And you keep playing, and when you like it, there's no that and Halo. Even now, I can just play matchmaking and play online
for like a long time,
and not feel like no time has gone by.
Yeah,
because I'm like, dude, I like playing it. I like playing Smash.
Now you got to call in from work.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm sick.
Yeah, it's a different. It's like a weird, like, especially like an addiction type thing. That's why I try not to. That's why I gave my Xbox to my nephew. I'm like, I can't. If I have it around me, I'll keep playing it. Yeah. It's very convenient. But now I did a thing where I'm only going to play if I'm streaming or if my 2 friends from Chicago are online. I'll play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm usually not trying to play because I'll just get trapped in and be playing.
Man, for a long time. Yeah. It's not even just like a little bit.
No.
Like every time I get into like a good game, that's why. Because today I just got my. I got a new controller because I like my own controller because sometimes...
you have a lot... Because that is one thing. Should I bring one? Or because I know my roommate has like a GameCube one and a S-type one.
Which one do you feel comfortable playing?
I've only played it once, and it was the regular one that looked like an Xbox 360.
Oh, yeah. I got a new one of those.
Okay, do you have any old ones I can use of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
I just don't know if I had to bring one or not. I can bring one. But
yeah, I mean you don't have to. I'd
rather not.
I
was like, I'd rather not.
Yeah, we got a few controllers. There's probably like one controller. It's the new Switch controllers. Yeah. They break too easy. The little joysticks.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to keep buying those and then have to keep spending like $40, $50 on a controller that break. The Xbox versions are way better, so I just got like 3 of them, and I still got some joysticks, and we're gonna use the GameCube controller.
Yeah, my roommate was telling me the GameCube controller is the way to go.
Yeah, that's his, bruh. That's his. Well, it is because I mean, I'm so used to the Xbox version now.
Yeah.
But if I were to do it like back then, and I would choose the GameCube because it's more comfortable, and it's just like the GameCube version of Smash Brothers was really good.
Well, yeah, they have a GameCube here too.
Yeah, so it was like, man, y'all got all the systems.
Yeah, well, the N64 I bought like a year ago because I wanted to turn my living room. I told you I had like parties here sometimes, or after comics would come here and we would drink and hang out.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I wanted to have like a '90s theme, so that's why I bought that huge TV.
Oh, okay.
It was like $30 to get for that huge TV. But then the N64, then my roommate bought a GameCube.
And then you're just buying more.
Now we're just trying to just kind of have like a '90s theme, like that TV especially when you turn it on, it has that loud
that
like
green light comes up for it. Yeah,
so dope. Dude.
But that is dope. That's dope that you're doing that. You know what I mean? That's nice. It's a good way to network and just hang out.
Yeah, it just builds really good friendships. And legit, I don't think Dylan and I would have been good as friends if like we are no matter what. But after Mike's we would play.
Oh yeah, that brings
five. And then like you hate each other. I remember he hated. You know how I know he hated me one day. We played. I beat him like 4 times in a row with Pikachu. It's like, well, fuck you. Use something else other than Pikachu. And I'm like, no, beat Pikachu or nothing. Like beat him. And then when he got really bad, like towards the end, when we did like the last best out of 7, like at 5 in the morning. And I was beating him. I was like, well, fuck you. I can still smoke you in comedy.
It always goes, it always gets personal.
When you start bringing up shit like that, I died laughing.
That's why your girlfriend left you.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, man. Why are we getting that personal?
That's
exactly Mom said you ain't shit.
Dude, when you get to that level, you're like, you have them.
Yeah, yo, you do. Me and Ruben used to go, we used to go at it. Because before I got the Switch, I had the Wii version, right?
Oh, okay.
And Ruben wasn't my roommate. It was just me, Akeem Woods, Matt Price, and we used to play all the time. And Ruben would come over and play the game.
Oh, okay.
Get destroyed. It got to the point where I was like, I started getting bored playing them.
Nah.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'll play you, but just to learn some music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when Akeem, I don't know if you know Akeem, he's a comedian too.
I think I do. If you guys talked about him before, I'm sure if I see him, I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, facial. Yeah, he's a funny dude. So Akeem used to beat him, and then he told me, he was like, he used to ride the train all the way back home thinking about losing the whole time. He's like, I used to be so upset that I'd come over there and play all these games, lose all the games, and then you wouldn't want to play anymore. And then I had to go all the way home.
Jesus.
And I would just think about it the whole way home. So when we got the Switch, he just got it like real good. Like, he was just like, all right, now I'm trying to.
Now you're like competing, like okay.
Yeah, he's gotten way better.
So that's the best too when the games are competitive.
I love it
because it's like I know that like today me playing it's not gonna be as competitive, but I know that like me playing with my roommate a few times, I'm very competitive. So when I start playing, I'm like, let's fuck like.
Oh yeah. We went to a point where we were just, it gotten bad because we were just talk smack to each other. Like,
that's how you do it. That's how you should do it.
But it was like we would go in, like, or a time where they'll win. This way it used to make me angry. It's not even the fact that I lose. I don't care. Like I'm like I'll lose. Even Michael Jordan loses a game, so I'm not tripping about that. I hate when I'll lose, and then he'll be like, I'm done.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm like, what?
When you don't get a chance to redeem yourself?
Yeah, don't talk smack and be like, I'm done and then leave.
I'm done.
Yeah, I gotta go. You don't got nothing to do.
Bro, no, we're give me a new best out of 3, play me again.
Yeah.
Don't let me go out like that.
Yeah, it's like, don't do that. Well, I gotta eat. You weren't hungry, man. Come on, man. We play this game all the time.
Yes, bro, you're not
just make it up. I gotta draw something. You don't even draw. You just, so. That was the only thing that used to get to me. Wow. I get a little upset. I'm like, bro, nah. You said you wanted to play. Grab these sticks. I will move this to your room.
Yeah, let's go.
And we'll play this game. But that's why I can't get another game or another system because once I like it, I'm in there.
Yeah,
I'm in there, man.
See, that's what the best part about having before I had my Xbox about having this. Because there's no online.
Yeah.
I can only play.
Man,
I can only play when my roommate. Yeah, I can only play if my roommate. Hey, want to play an hour or two? Then we can play, or whoever comes over. I can't go by myself, and I'm not gonna play my level 9 computer.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do a level like it's dumb.
Yeah.
So I love it because there's no online, so I couldn't really get addicted and play by myself and do that.
Yeah.
And
that's smart though.
Yeah, that's why when I got it, it's perfect.
That's smart because I'll sometimes like today I was just trying to because I got to work on my lines for an audition, and then I got a new controller today, wireless, and I was like, oh, I want to try that. I just want to try to make sure it works and everything, and then we ended up playing, and I was like, all right, I'll play because I played them, and I don't want to be that dude where I'm like, if I win, I'm gonna leave. Yeah. So I played them, and I won the first one, so I was like, I'll play again. Yeah. And then we started playing some more, and then the king was like, I'll play, and I was like, hey, and I was like, hey guys, I gotta leave. Yeah. I got.
It's so hard to say that because if you're in the middle of like, and people wanting to play, it's hard to be, all right, let me go. Yeah. Go over my lines in my room. In quietness, and you guys have fun out here.
Yeah. And they're like, woo! Yeah. And doing all that stuff. So I was like, look, guys, I'll play later on tonight when you come over. My older brother, he plays the game as well. But he usually plays on he used to. I don't think he does it. He's going to do it this time. But he plays on the Nintendo DS and hooks it up to the TV.
That's what we did yesterday.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. You like it like that?
That's the only way I know how to play. I don't know. It's like I've never played it before.
Yeah. First time. Makes sense.
So I thought that was like the only way to do it. I'm like, oh, that's how it's played.
So how's your transition over to it?
I mean, it was a little delayed, but I don't know if that was the TV I had. I know for I relate things back to Halo because that's how I know gaming. But with Halo, there's certain TVs. There's the MMS or whatever, like the delay.
Glitch or something.
Yeah, there's a little just if you hit left, it'll turn left. But I have the monitor now where there's no delay. But we didn't use that. We used my plasma TV in my room. And there was like a little bit of delay that I noticed, but I don't know if it's like that or I'm just used to like playing shooter games that like there's no delay on the monitor. Yeah, so, I liked it. It was fun. It was fun to play, and we played for about 40 minutes. I got a few moves with Pikachu, and I'm like, okay,
Pikachu, man, that's a good one. Yeah, they say he's like one of the best.
That's I know in the old one that was like he was very much up there. Yeah. It was hard to beat him.
Man, and I for sure hate Pikachu just for that last time I played him.
A scarred memory.
I just want to. I don't even. I was trying to find the dude's name. I don't remember now, but I wanted to play that man so bad because I was like, let me at least get my character because I was trying to give myself excuses of why I lost, but he just was better than me.
It goes like that sometimes.
Yeah, right? I was just like, man, I want to play this dude. I was so mad he left.
Well, the old one was so the one in the GameCube was the one that was. I don't know if they compete now with the new one, but with the old one, the GameCube Smash Bros, there was like big competitions for it.
Oh yeah, they do.
Biggest games. Whenever I went to go compete, there was 3 games that were like the main competition games. Like I was 15, so like 14 years ago.
Overall.
Yeah, I was 14 years old when I started competing.
Oh, 14 years old.
At the tournaments, there would be Halo, one section, Super Smash Bros, and Counter-Strike were the 3 main games at the time. Man. And the whole hotel was taken up by people that played all the games. But people would leave their doors open to come land. So you can go to anyone's door. Hey, you guys landing? Oh, let me play some Halo. And you would land random people. And I would
sounds fun.
It was legit the best times of my life. I'm thinking about one huge like Hilton hotel. All of it's taken up by people that game. People would leave their doors open. You can come land. You guys landing? Oh, free for all? Smash Bros? What are you guys playing? You go in anywhere. Everyone was nice. You can game.
That is crazy.
And I would play. Cause I knew I was good at Smash Bros. I would play like the people that competed in Smash Bros. And like when you get to the top level, like they were like number 1 and 2 in the world. Like they were.
Yeah, they had. This is how you know they get when they had the little drink with a straw in it. That's how you. I'm like, all right, I don't want to play.
Like, I know you're good.
Yeah. As soon as they put the drink with the straw in it, I'm like, all right, we'll turn it off.
Yeah, I know you're good, man.
Yeah, because every time my Ruben will be watching some of the when he used to watch the tournaments. Yeah. And he was watching it one time. I came in the living room, and there was like they get into it. Yeah. And there's this dude. He was just like every time he would finish, he'd just drink this gallon of water. Yeah. And just get back. You're like, bruh, They had those and the people with the straw drinks.
Yeah.
And they were just like murdering.
They're in it, bro.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm in it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's always that level. And I thought, because I'm like, oh, I'm a pro Halo player. I'm really good at Smash. I can do that. I couldn't even touch the ground. Like, they would like 3-stock me like nothing. I'm like, these guys are good.
Yeah, and it annoys you so much.
Like, it annoys me because that's something I know that I'm good at.
Yeah.
It's like a level of, I'm good at this thing. And then you realize, like, there's people that look at me like I look at people like,
I'm
like,
this new dude trying.
I was like, I don't like that, man. Yeah, it's definitely levels to that, man.
That's Smash, but that's my game though. That's the only game you'll catch me like hardcore on like that.
Okay, they were telling me Smash Bros, and now I gotta play foosball with Luis.
Yeah, hey man, yeah, he's good.
That'll be fun. And I told Matt I'll bring some whiskey by, so I got to buy.
Oh yeah, I'll bring some. Well, I'll bring.
I'll bring. I'm driving you home after this. And it's your spot.
It's my.
I'll bring. This is you. I'm bringing this to you.
I don't know why I said that. I was like, yeah, I'll bring some stuff over to your friend's house.
Where's that? Where do they live?
Like, send me the address.
Yeah.
No, I'll buy some drinks too. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I'll just get a bottle of whiskey, and whoever wants to drink would drink.
Yeah.
Play some games and foosball.
And we'll probably have some food too. Have some food, cook some food. It'll be fun.
That sounds dope, man.
Yeah, my older brother's a gamer too. That man,
nice. The games.
Man, he likes RPG games more. Like he's obsessed with that side, but. Smash Brothers, he's one that got me into that. And I was just like, I'll take it.
And then you're like, and I'm good.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you liked it, but I love it.
Yeah,
so,
and it's mine.
Yeah, so that's basically what happened with that. Yeah, man, I love the games, man.
Nice. That's a good combination. Just like comedy and video games, like doing stand up and video games. It's like
I feel like it comes hand in hand.
Yeah, it really.
Yeah, because a lot of people that do stand up play games anyway, but you wouldn't know until you
talk to them.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that. Like I met you, told you the Laugh Factory, and then we talked after the Comedy Store one night. But again, that's when I found out you played Smash Bros.
Yo, I was so hyped.
Yeah, we were talking. I was like talking shit. Like I'm ready to let's go. And that I didn't know you gamed or Matt or Louis or any of you guys all even lived together.
Yeah,
let alone game. So that's when you find out people game. Like, oh shit! Like it should go hand in hand.
Yeah, some of them, a lot of them, most of them that I know usually play like 2K or the football one, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not good at. Like I can play basketball, but and football, but
you ball away in real life play basketball?
Yeah, I did.
Up.
Oh, word?
I'm pretty good, yeah.
See, listen, man.
It's funny. I like playing people that don't. Because I was watching the playoffs before you got here too.
Oh, word?
I had that. I was doing a self-tape thing, and I had the playoffs in the background, but. I play a lot. I played in the Army, and it's funny because when you look at me, you're like, "Oh, this guy doesn't play basketball." And I love it. I'm a shooter. I love going to the court and just being like,
"Okay, all right, you gonna leave me open?"
Yeah, let's play.
Yeah, no, I love that. When I first moved to went to high school in Memphis, I played basketball. I was playing street ball, and I was dressed in ROTC clothes.
Oh, okay.
Where I had my whole ROTC clothes outfit. Me and my little brother Preacher, we were walking. And we saw these guys playing basketball. And we were like, we like basketball. Let's go play with them. So we went over there. Memphis is a different atmosphere. They immediately started clowning us.
Really?
Like, they didn't waste no time. Look at these fools right here. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you got church shoes on and everything. You trying to hoop? And we're like, we'll just hoop in the ROTC clothes. And they're like, all right, if that's what you want to do. But y'all not on our team.
Yeah.
That's how they were. And so some dude, you could tell he didn't want to be on our team. Yeah. But he was like, fine, but I want to play.
Fine, I'll play.
And then when we started playing, he was like, oh, I'm so glad I'm on your team. We just started, me and my brother played well together. And you never know who hoops until you hoop with them. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what they wear or what they look like. Yeah. You don't know until you're like, oh, okay. So you do play basketball. Yeah. There's this old lady that beat me in a knockout.
Oh, really?
Right. And I walked down the stairs. Her face was on the gym wall as one of the shooters.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You're like, well, damn.
Yeah, she played me. She played me good. She's like, you want to play ball? I'm like,
Damn.
yeah. Well, she's still knockout, and she's just not missing. I'm like, what the?
Like, who are you?
Yeah. You just came to embarrass me?
Yeah.
Like, what? In front of my friends?
In front of my friends?
Yeah. Why would you? But no, she was good. And then later on I was going down the stairs and they had like pictures of like really good players, but never like famous.
Yeah.
But her face was on and she was like one of the number one Memphis shooters or something.
Yeah, dude, you never. It's a crazy. I remember I was in the Army playing for the team there, and there was a guy who was brand new.
Wait, you played for the Army?
No, not for the Army, for my unit.
Oh, I was about to say, okay.
I played for the entire Army.
It's just me versus everybody.
Yeah, it just sounds cooler when you say you played for the Army. No, I played for my unit that was there, like our unit we played, and there was a new guy that came by, and he worked on trucks. He was a skinny black guy, smaller. And I was like, hey, he said, I balled up to him. Oh, come by the gym. We hoop after work. And all right, cool. And then he joined our team to play on the post team, like to play. That dude had freakishly athletic.
Oh yeah.
Had like the best hops, like the vertical. And I remember he stole the ball. He like sprinted down and just jumped and just slammed it. And I'm like, and he's shorter than me. And I'm like,
word.
Yeah, this guy is like. This guy can ball.
Man, that's crazy.
And I was like, damn, that's why I realized, like, and off the, he's a point guard, and I just couldn't guard him. He would drive around me so fast, and I'm like, fuck, this guy's.
Yeah.
So, and I knew he could probably ball. I'm like, you can hoop, but I'm like, this guy is.
Yeah, every time somebody says they hoop, you always think, yeah, you hoop. But do you actually?
Yeah.
And then you always find out later on, but. I always like finding out like the people that don't look like they hoop, and they turn out to be like monsters.
Yeah, that's always good to find out.
Yeah, and it's like different nowadays because these young dudes, man, they just growing up so huge.
Yeah,
man, like that Zion kid, he's basically Escalade.
Yeah, I watched,
but a bigger version.
Who?
Escalade, that dude that used to cross over people on N1.
Oh, N1, I got you.
Yeah, but he's just a big dude.
Yeah, Zion Williamson. I would watch him. I'm going to watch videos of him in high school, and I'm like, I didn't call it, but I'm like, this guy's dunking already, like legit. And then college, and then NBA, and then rookie, and I'm like, this guy,
but
is huge. He just freak like,
bruh. He's a big dude, and you don't even think he could get up because he's such a big. You're like, yo, you way too heavy, dude. And this man is running and doing it. You're like, okay, you're gonna kill the whole basketball court.
He's slamming, then like rebounding over these big guys and posting them up, and I'm like, how?
Yeah. So I don't know what they're eating, but they're like way bigger now. There's like a new dude or a kid. He was like 7 foot or something like that was hooping, and he was like in high school. He was like an African dude. I think he's like 7 or something. 7 foot.
Oh, you're talking about, is it Taco, that dude?
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably tall, really tall.
He plays for a college now, right? Or
no,
in the NBA?
He's an NBA. I think he plays for the Celtics.
Oh, okay, yeah, but when he was like in high school and he was just, he just stand up there.
Yeah.
And people would shoot.
I saw that,
and he would just grab it.
It was very unfair, yeah.
It's like, where did you come from?
Yeah. Wherever you come from, just let me know.
Yeah, because who, and then when somebody shoots, and then you shoot, like, if a grown man shoots, and he does, like, some type of layup, and there's a guy that just catches it up in the air.
My ball.
Yeah, it's just like, it feels like, why am I here? Like, why are you...
Everything I know about life. It's like, I worked so hard.
Who made you?
I trained, I did drills, I did all this stuff to get here, and I go lay it up, and you're just like, it's mine now.
Good job.
Are you watching the playoffs? Who's your team?
I haven't been, but my team before me, I'm more of a player.
Okay, gotcha.
When I did have a team, it was Blazers because I grew up in Oregon.
Okay.
Well, I was going back and forth in Oregon and Memphis, but Portland, Oregon was our team because we used to go to the games at hardcore, and so that was my first team. But far as like teams now, I'm not like a team person, but I'm more like a player. So
that's how I started watching it.
Yeah.
I like Damian Lillard and LeBron. Derrick Rose is my favorite.
Because they trade players so much.
That's true.
And for me, it's like jerseys are cool, but who's wearing the jersey?
Yeah.
I mean, so that's for me. I have more fun of seeing like actual players play than just like the fact that this team is this team or whatever. And I get it. Maybe because I moved around so much when I was younger, I don't have like a home-based team.
Gotcha.
Because usually people that stay where they're at, they usually have like, this is my team.
I'm from this
I got
area.
my tattoo.
Yeah.
So, but me, I'm like, my player is Westbrook.
Yeah, he's in it right now. He's one of my favorite ones to watch.
Westbrook.
Freakishly athletic.
It's just like, well, my favorite player that ever touched the ball was Allen Iverson.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, even though he did some stupid stuff, it's just the way he played was
he's just like,
I know how to do this.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't need practice, even though he should have. I wish he would have. He's like, I don't need practice and all this other stuff.
You're talking about practice.
Yeah, it's like that line there.
Yeah.
Like, and then like even just taking his team to the finals.
Yeah.
And just being not even like a huge player, but playing like he's a huge player.
Well, and if you ever listen to Shaq's Hall of Fame speech, or one, I think it was Shaq. In there, he talked about Allen Iverson. He's like, man, that's a bad man. He's like, there was times he did. Shaq was like, there's no secret. I used to like to touch up point guards if they came in and drove. He would like hurt them really bad. And after 1 or 2 times of me doing that, they wouldn't drive anymore because they know that like.
Oh yeah, he's like on Shaq.
And he said, I did that to AI, and like 3, 4, you keep coming back, and you'll keep coming back to the point where I'm like, well, I can't foul out like you.
Yeah.
And he was like, AI was the only one that came to him and like, hey, let's go.
Yeah, that man is his mindset in the game was, and of course, you always got the greatest Michael Jordan, LeBron James, rest in peace, Kobe, all the greats and everything. But there was just something about Allen Iverson to me that just stood out, and it was just like. The way he played the game, he had like a different swag. Like it was just like, I was like, oh, that's how I want to be if I hoop. But I didn't even hoop like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to assist. I like the fancy assist. I do like scoring. But I'm more of like, I don't know. I'd say a mix between him and Jason Williams. Because I love, man, his
assists were.
Man, who, to be honest with you, who's smoother than Jason Williams doing assists, because there's a lot of people that are great at doing assists, but smooth, like the hitting with the elbow.
Yeah, the elbow behind the
man. Like I can't think. Yeah, in a game, he's doing and one tricks in a game, bro. So it's just like I just love the way he did assists. So I try to incorporate that more.
Okay.
My coach used to hate that. Man, look at the person you throwing the ball to. Just
no.
I'm like, yo, there's so much more. Like if I look at them, they're gonna look at my eyes.
Yeah, no, I look this way behind the back elbow and all that.
Oh yeah, he used to get so upset, and that was my favorite basketball coach. Man, he used to get mad. It's not funny.
The best way to start off. I know what you mean because there's times if things are serious. You're just like. It's not funny, but
when you think about it,
as comics, like everything that
it shouldn't
not
be
funny.
Yeah,
you're like, but it's funny just thinking of how it's not funny. I know what you mean.
Okay, so this
whatever you say, I'm not gonna be like, wow, you laughed about this shit.
I don't want to be like like ass, but it was like the thing that happened was funny, but I'm not like laughing at. Well, it's hard to explain, but you know what I mean.
I'm not gonna edit any of this out.
You keep it in. This
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, you definitely keep this in.
No, I'm not editing for any episode ever. I'm not editing.
Oh, to chop it up.
I'm just like, I'm beginning, ending. Like with one of the episodes, one of the comics said like a bad, like, oh, you can't say this word anymore. And instead of me taking it out, we just had a 20-minute talk about, or 10-minute talk about why can't we say the word, and we had a discussion.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Which I think was better than like, hey, defend it. Why'd you say it? Why is it good now? And we did the whole talk instead of being like. Me being like, oh, I'll edit that out later.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that because it shows more honesty and
I think
a person. No, that's dope.
But yeah, go ahead. So then,
my coach. So he had one of his legs was fake, and
okay, I want to.
And
I'm only laughing because of how you started it. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I know. I probably set it up.
Paused this.
I didn't mean to, but I didn't want to start out saying like he got one leg and then say something and then laugh with it.
Okay.
So I didn't want to be like a jerk, but like he only had one. I love this coach, my favorite coach ever. But when he gets mad, he'll move and that one leg will fall out. And one time he got mad at me for doing like I did a pass where I should have looked. And I didn't, and the ball got out of hand, went out of bounds, and he got mad. He did that, and the leg fall down. And it was like, get out, sit down, Justice. He's trying to get the leg, and I'm mad that he's putting me on the bench, but I'm also like, man, this is funny, but I'm not gonna laugh. I was a little more mad that I had to sit on the bench, but yeah, I did that pass, and I had to
the leg
sit
popped out.
Yeah, bro. He was so hot. I was like, I didn't even think that pass was that bad.
Yeah,
like, I mean, it was bad because it was rushed and it was like I still remember to that day. Like I shouldn't have did that, but it was like a rush thing. But it was just the funny moment was like the way he got mad because I heard him say Justin and I turned around and this man
Just the visual. I can see the visual just like
bruh. It popped out and he was just like trying to get back on the chair. And I was like, it shouldn't be. But it was kind of funny at the time.
Yeah. But not funny now. We don't laugh about that.
No. But he was like, he was the best coach I ever had because he was like, he was honest.
Was this in high school?
No, this was before high school. This was AAU.
Okay.
This is like getting ready for you play high school ball.
Got it.
So this is like a summer league, and you used to do like you would do like 3 games in a day, or like, well, that's the most. Usually it's just like 2 games, but it was just like crazy. But he's like, he doesn't care how good you are.
Yeah.
He's like, you could be the best player. This is not the best player type game. This is a team sport. So if you're gonna play this game on my team, no matter, because there were some people on the team that were like ballers. You like, yo, why don't you just pass him the ball the whole time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm going 1-on-1 the whole time.
Yeah.
You're gonna win.
Yeah. And he's like, that could only take you so far. You need a team can beat one player. Yeah. So he was more like that. So
that's a good mentality.
Yeah.
As a kid, especially learning that, like, hey, teamwork and all that approach to the game.
Yeah, he was the best coach I ever had. Because most coaches, you go in high school, there's a kid that
win.
Yeah, there's a kid that probably be like a monster, and they'll be like, "Hey, listen, that's who you give the ball to."
All the plays are going to fall to him.
Yeah, you
guys forget to play, just give him the ball.
Yeah. He plays defense, offense.
Yeah,
it's like the Will Smith when he was at Fresh Prince and he was playing defense, blocking all the shots. That's how they feel about some players. But he's like the coach I had. He's like, I don't care how good you are. Yeah. If you ain't playing like a team on my team, you're not on my team. So that's how we play. And if you do anything that's like way too fancy and it messes up, you're hurting the whole team, and you got to sit out of court. Like he'll be like, you sit out of court. Unless you're like real good, then he'll probably like sit out for like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, then you're like,
that's still a quarter. I was like, at that time. Well, I exaggerated. Well, some games were like when you play younger, they would switch. I don't remember the exact time, but I think it was like a little bit. Some of them were like a little bit under 10.
Okay.
I don't know.
But you played. So you played in high school or?
I played AAU and I played high school, and then.
Did you play college or you want to play?
Nah, I didn't. For some reason, well, it's not for some reason. What happened was the reason why I stopped playing. I made it seem
for some reason.
Yeah. I was when I was younger, I moved around a lot, and so I moved from Memphis back to Oregon. I was playing just got done playing AAU in Memphis, and they were telling me to play for this high school. So I tried out for the high school, and then I ended up moving to Oregon. Right, so I go to Oregon, and Oregon is a good place to learn fundamentals. Mm-hmm. Right, they got fundamentals on basketball like hardcore. Memphis is how to play like ball.
Okay.
And it sounds weird when you say that, but it's like a difference.
No, I know that certain areas are known for certain types of,
Yeah, so Memphis, you like, hey, this is how you ball. And then Oregon was like fundamental. So I moved to Oregon, and I got on the high school team, and I was gonna play varsity, but I was like, you know what? If I shine in ninth, then it's just gonna make me grow better the more I go up. So I was like, you know what? I want to play varsity. I'll just do ninth grade.
Okay.
And so I was playing a little bit, but Oregon at the time was like, I mean, they're going through it now with the racism and everything.
Yeah.
So I had a thing with my coach, my head coach, not my ninth grade basketball coach, but the head coach of the whole thing. We kind of bumped heads. It's weird because at the time when I was younger, I thought I was like, I felt like he was like racist towards me. I mean, I felt like he was like when I used to. This is like a long story, but to make it short.
You're fine.
Okay. Some of the stuff that happened, like when I hooped, I used to listen to like headphones. I wasn't like a people person. Like I like people if I knew you.
Or when you actually played. Are you talking about when you're practicing, or like if you're
just
playing
like
21 at the gym or something when you have headphones on?
Oh no, that's easy. I'll just be like, y'all about to play 21, and then we'll hoop. We end up joking.
Oh, okay.
But like for when I was younger, meeting new people, I was a little bit more laid back with how I approach things because I was just moving so much. Everybody's like different, so you don't know how people react to certain things. So I just didn't want to rub somebody the wrong way. So I was a little distant, but I always had my headphones. I listen to music like hardcore. I'm like a big music fan. And I think I was playing like Outkast or something like that.
Okay.
And he said something, it was like I was trying to be, it was a practice, and he wouldn't let me practice because I didn't get my eyes checked. Yeah. Which was weird. It was weird to me because it was just one practice that he did that.
Mm.
All the practice, or it's not one, it was just like after I joined the team and I was practicing for a little bit. We didn't do any games or nothing. I was practicing for a little bit. And then he stopped me from practicing. He was like, you got to get your eyes checked in order to practice. But he still made me do the warm-up.
That's weird.
That was weird. Like I still had to do all the exercises to stretch, but I couldn't touch the ball and get on the court until I got my eyes checked. And I'm like, bruh, I just played you guys for the tryouts, let alone the practice, without glasses, because they were talking about you got to wear goggles. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I was like, I'm not going to Horace Grant. I'm not.
I'm
that's
good.
I was
That's
like,
my limit.
yeah, I was like, I'm not going to do that. And he was like, well, you still got to get your eyes checked. And I was staying with my grandma at the time. My mom was in Memphis. I didn't want to ask them for money because I was like, you know what I mean? I just was like, I don't like to be a burden.
Yeah.
So I was like, and they were like, you got to buy shoes you got to do this. He told me my number was 23, and some kid that I got cool with had a Michael Jordan 23 headband. That was the same color as my jersey.
Oh, damn.
So I was like,
come up, man.
Yo, bro, I was like happy. And the kid gave it to me. His name was John. It was my homie. And he was the only dude that was like, he was like this dude who was like, yo, he always had to tell me that he listened to rap or something. Like, he was just one goofy kid. But he gave me the headband, and I wore it at practice. And the coach was like, you can't wear that at all if you hoop in this gym. I was like, it's a headband. It's supposed to keep sweat out your eyes.
That's like the main, it's not even for style. It's like, it's for sweat. Like,
yeah. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's a headband. Like, it's just small stuff like that. He would kind of
limit yourself. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So one day, it was like one of our games, and he told me I can't play the game. I just got my eyes checked. I had dilated and everything. He was like, you can't play the game. I'm like, look, bro, I'm not here to watch y'all play.
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not even my coach. My coach is the ninth grade coach. I get it. You're the head coach of the whole varsity, but you're not my coach. My coach is over there, and I'm still listening to all. I'm being respectful, and he got mad at the music I was listening to. He's like, "I'll tell your grandma you listen to this horrible, whatever rap."
What are you listening to?
I was listening to Outkast. I was listening to Outkast, bro. I think it was like "Get Off That Bus" or something like that. The Rosa Parks joint. And I'm like, what are you talking, bro?
It's Outkast.
And like, I was like, I mean, yeah, he cusses and stuff, but he's not like you know Outkast.
And also, fuck him. It's your
music. It's Outkast, man. What
the
are you
main
talking
thing
about?
also, yeah, it's your music.
So he was like, I'll tell you, grandma. My grandma was like super religious.
Oh, I got you.
And he was just like, every time I came in the gym, it was like a problem. And so it came to the point where I just got fed up. I was like, bro, I'm like, man, first of all, I'm a kid. I want to play basketball. That's the only reason I'm here. I was like, I don't care about, I was like, I don't want to be like one of those dudes that I'm like cocky or whatever, and I think I'm better than everybody in the world. But I want you to know that I came here to hoop. I'm not trying to watch. I'm not trying to sit out on a practice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a starter. I was like, I'm about this. And he was like, well, you can't play the first few games. I'm like, bro, you know what? Quit wasting my time. I was like, I'm done. And then my 9th grade coach was like, hey, man, no. He was like, bro, you giving up too easy, man. You got to keep fighting. And at the time, I mean, he gave me what I needed to hear. But I don't know. Like, after, like, I guess I was tired of moving the situation. I was tired of the coach coming at me for... I felt like no reason. I felt like because at the time I was the only black kid at my school. I was the only black kid in my county.
Damn.
Let alone my school. Like there was no other black kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. Except my older brother, and that's about it. That was just us two. So it was like everybody treated me different. It was like weird sometimes. So I just felt like a lot of people were against me.
So did you want to move from Oregon back to Memphis for that?
That's what happened.
Okay.
I ended up moving to Oregon because I was like, I got to hoop.
This is the middle of high school.
Yeah, this was 9th grade.
Okay.
This was 9th grade, and it was in the middle of me, 9th grade, and doing 9th grade, and I was just like, you know what, I want to hoop, but I just don't want to be attacked every time I'm trying to hoop. I'm like, I'm just trying to be a kid, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was like, I'm gonna go back to Memphis. Which was a mistake. I should have just took it and just hooped. I should have, bro. But at the time, sometimes when you don't see it.
Yeah, you don't really see the bigger picture or anything until you look back and like, oh, that can do that.
Because what my 9th grade coach was saying, he was right. He was right. I did give up early. Mm. Even though somebody's going to attack you all the time. Yeah. There's all the time there's going to be people.
That's a good point. Like, no matter where, if it was not him,
bro,
it would have been someone else or
I
some
moved to
game
Memphis,
or something.
Same thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I had another problem.
Yeah.
I should have just.
And when you encounter that one, you're probably like, "Fuck."
I was like, man, even though I had problems with this coach, and there were a lot of people that stuck by my side. That 9th grade coach was like, he already saw what he was seeing. He was like, oh, we about to get this. We about to get a ring, or not a ring, but like a trophy.
Yeah.
He already he was invested in me.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So he'll be like, well, shoot. Well, you know what I mean? He was like, I want you to become what you want. Because he's like, I see the hunger. And I should have listened more to him. But the fact that he was the head coach, he was still coming in during him coaching.
Got it. And
the dude was like 20 as a coach. So as a kid, or as a younger kid, you're like, that's like, you're thinking that there's a gap. But 20 is still a kid.
It's not a gap at all. It's can't even drink yet.
Yeah. 20, he was like 20. Like, he was like a young kid, bro. He was like, he might have been a little older than that. But it wasn't like anything over 25.
Got it.
And so anytime the head coach would say something, he's immediately on the head coach. You know what I mean? So he feels, it's like, I don't know.
No, it was a very strange situation because you had your coach for the 9th grade. But the head coach didn't say all the things, but it wasn't really your coach, but he was still above.
Yeah,
that guy.
He has to listen.
It's a weird dynamic where he has to listen to him, but also defending you, but also like he can't lose his job.
Yeah,
it's a very weird thing, dude.
So it's just like I felt like at the time my mindset wasn't ready for it, and I moved back to Memphis, and I tried to go back to that school, and the dude was like, "Look, you move too much, man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna invest in you, and then you leave to another thing." And then his assistant coach was like, "Hey, man, don't be stupid. Go to a different high school and just play for a different high school." And I was like, "Man, I'm tired of going to different schools." I was just like, "I'm done."
Bro, I'm in high school.
I'm just like, I'm done, man. I don't want to keep moving to all my life. I was like, there was like a few schools that I've been to that I finished the full year at one school. I think it was like my last school. I finished like the full years at that school. Other than that, I would be at this school for a few months, move to another school.
That's tough.
Then another school.
That's a
then another school. So it was just like, so he was like, I'm not finna invest in that. That's a waste of time. That's basically what he was saying. The assistant coach was like, just go to another school and play. Just try to play.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah.
So that's your whole mix-up in high school, why the basketball thing, like you were doing it, and it just kind of got crazy out of hand.
Yeah. Right? And then I was just like, what's up, player? Going on? Chilling, bro. And then so after that, I just kind of like, I was like, well, and then also I was kind of getting into, there was an acting class in Oregon that kept on putting me in like sketches. And I was like, I love doing it.
Okay.
It was just like.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 31.
Okay, cool. 29. So I'm trying to see when. I was going to ask you, like, from then, I guess, what sparked your comedy up? Or
oh, that didn't even spark my comedy.
Oh, so the acting class wasn't even the thing. Okay. But then that was something you had in Oregon in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my mom, she was always like she's super creative. Like she acts, she draws, she sings, she writes.
Oh, damn.
And that's the reason why me and Preacher, like she played basketball, she taught us basketball. Like
who's better, you or Preacher in basketball?
Man, bruh, in basketball at the time, I felt like nobody could see me, bruh. I'm not even going to do that. Maybe now he could beat me because I haven't been playing like that.
Well, I think anyone. I've been trying to play for months, and there's no courts really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's opening a little bit now. Like I know there's one in like Riverside. Like there's opening little by little.
Yeah.
But
they took down goals and stuff. Yeah.
They had blockers for goals and open gyms, indoor courts, which I like more.
Yeah. Indoor courts are way better.
They're way better.
Yeah, yeah.
Outdoors are decent, but just I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, some of the stuff is just like at least let me shoot around. You know what I mean?
Look, that's one of.
But
shoot, man.
I get it. They don't want a whole bunch of people.
Because if you get one person there, it's gonna be a game.
All it takes is like, all you really need is 4 people to show up.
Yeah.
If 4 people show up and they're playing a game, then you're gonna get a whole bunch of people.
Playing like 3 people playing at 21.
Yeah.
You played 21 or 32?
21.
Okay.
I heard it 32. Caught me off guard the first time.
Yeah, okay. Because that was a Chicago thing more. I played out there. I played both, but 32 was what we played mainly out there. Then when I came to LA, I'm like, let's play 32. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, bro, I was literally like that.
Yeah.
I was like, how long did you want to play? I was like 32.
I got lunch a little bit. I got stuff to do.
And they also add the tip outs.
Yeah, and I don't like the tips.
Oh, I was like, bruh, we're going to, because I forgot where we were. They were going to 32, and they were adding the tip outs. Yeah. So if you tip it, they go back to 0.
Or unless they over 16 or something, then you can't go lower. Or if you're over 13 points,
you can't go
lower than 13.
Yeah.
But it's still like,
it
takes forever. You could be right about to win, and you get tipped, and you're like,
bruh, I got to go all the way back. So, 32 was a little different, but I played it before. I'm a 21. I like 21.
I like 21.
It's like you add extra points, right, when you do 32?
Yeah, so I think for 21, it's 3-pointers are 2.
Yeah.
Anything, and 2s and 1s, and the free throws are just 1s, except the first one's 2. But then for 32, it's 2s and 3s.
Yeah, I forgot. Because I was like,
and there's no free throws.
There's none?
No, so
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, you shoot from 3-point.
No, there's no. So with 32, it's 2s and 3s, and every point you work for, you check it in. So you check up.
Word? Yeah. Nah, I ain't play it like that.
Yeah, it's every point, like out. If you make it or whatever, then you just, at the top of the key, you check, and then you just, so you kind of work for every point.
Word?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that bad.
Especially 2s and 3s, it goes by quicker than you expect.
Yeah, it makes you stronger as a basketball player, but we still, when I did 32, we still had to shoot behind the 3-point.
Okay.
I never remember where you just check it and go back in.
Yeah, there's different rules. Yeah. I just remember coming here and people did it.
The 20.
What? And I played 21 in Chicago too, which I do like 21.
It's quicker, man.
Is there a court near you guys over there?
Man, listen. There probably is. However, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. Where do you live at again?
I live South Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you want to hoop out there, man.
Especially not playing for like 7 months.
Yeah.
I had knee surgery last year.
Word?
Yeah, I tore my meniscus playing basketball.
Bruh, I got a knee wrap on right now from playing basketball.
Do you?
Yes. Bruh.
I got my knee wrap.
So you tell me how yours happened. I'm tell you.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you. Well, originally what I think had happened was, like, last year I had surgery, but like 4 months before then, I think what had happened was, I think I was like squatting or something, and I was squatting. I did like a bad form, and I felt like a pop, but it still was like,
okay.
I was fine for the next one. I just felt uncomfortable, but I think that's where it kind of tore a little bit. Like that's what I think. But where it tore in basketball was, I was playing a game, a 2-on-2 out there by Torrance, I think. So kind of that area.
Farther from here? Oh, it's closer to
no, it's closer to Torrance. Is over there by Long Beach-ish or South. It's around over there.
Okay.
And we were playing the game, and I did a whole like a James Harden step back. That's usually my shot, like a step back, and I went off my right, and I stepped back on my left, and I went like this, and I pulled up to shoot. And I made the shot, but when I landed on my left, it buckled. It was like a weird buckle, and I just remember feeling like, and I didn't, when you don't know how bad it is at the time.
Yeah.
So I kept playing, but I told him like I can't, like people were driving by me. I couldn't guard it because I couldn't put any weight on it. And I thought like, it'll be fine. It kind of maybe hurt it or whatever, but it'll be fine. And I just felt like I couldn't put any weight. And then I walked it off, and then like I walked on it for like 3 days. And then I went to the hospital finally, and they were like, "Hey, you should have came a while ago. Like you tore your meniscus. That shit. It's like you need surgery."
Yeah.
But it all happened from like one step back that I was landing on the road.
Oh, okay.
And it was like I felt the
dude. Nobody like brushed you or nothing. Or
no, it was no. No. I stepped back, did it. It buckled. It was no
contact.
Yeah. It was. How about you?
Man.
Left knee as well.
Yeah, it's your left knee?
Yeah, my left knee.
Yeah, my left knee, man. Yeah, we are over here twins.
Yeah.
I was hooping, and it was Lawson. Okay. This happened here, man. I never had an injury like this hooping. I've been injured before. Usually it was through football. Never had an injury like this, and I've been hooping for a long time. And I was hooping, and there was a bunch of there was this team that was playing. I guess they played together before. This big African dude. He was like, bruh, this man had to be like 6'6", but he's like built.
Big dude.
Bruh, he was like a Thanos. Like he's just swatting people up. But he's not good.
No.
He's just a big dude and he's aggressive. And I'm watching him, and people are scared to go in and all that stuff. He's blocking shots. And the rest of his team, they like, yeah, they're a little bit rough, and they have some shooters on their team, so they played good. But most of this stuff, mostly the reason why people were losing to that team is because the big dude, they were scared of him.
Gotcha.
I was like, I don't care who you are. If we hooping, we hooping. I cross an old lady up. I already lost one, so I'm like, you know what? I don't care. You get on this court, you say you want to hoop, we hoop. Yeah. So I saw these young kids come in, and they all knew each other. And I'm like, from hooping, I'm like, oh, young kids that usually hoop, they'll run.
I was about to tell you, they'll run. They'll just up and down the court.
Up and down the court. They'll do plays. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, let me get that. I'm gonna roll with them. I said, y'all gotta because nobody was really trying to get on their team because they're like small. And I was like, I've been small before. I hooped, so I know how it's like. But also, I was like, the way they came in, I was like, I feel like they play for their school.
Got it.
And I was like, y'all want to hoop? They're like, yeah. Bruh, we got on the court, immediately started killing these guys. Bruh, it was like ridiculous. And I could tell they were getting mad. The other team was getting mad. Because there was like one time, the dude accidentally, on my team, accidentally bumped one of their dudes. Mm-hmm. And he flipped out right there from just that move. He wasn't flipping out all the other times. It's because they were losing.
Yeah.
So he flipped out. Hey, you hit me again, man. I'm going to knock you. It's a kid. I'm going to knock you out, man. Don't play with me. All this. I'm like, hey, man, the dude was like, I'm super sorry, I didn't mean to do it. He's like, I don't care, bro. Could have hurt me, man. All this. And I'm like, hey, man, he apologized. Oh, yeah. And he looked me up and down. It's like, I don't care about that. I was like, well, I mean, what more can you want? I mean, what else? Where we go from here?
There's no, once you get the apology, what other reaction do you want where we can keep playing?
Yeah.
There's not,
I was like, what? I was like, because also, he's a kid, man. Yeah. You going to beat up a kid? So everybody was like kind of looking at him like, hey, man, yeah, relax.
I feel like once people go that far, they're committed that far, it'll look dumb for them. Something. The reason they don't want to, like, it'll look dumb for them to get that mad. But, you know what, you're right. By the way, you're right.
Yeah. He didn't want to do that.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, you're right. He's a kid and I was wrong. You know what, good point.
Pride.
Yeah.
Or ego or whatever.
It's a whole ego pride thing.
It's just like, man, he's you could tell this man is like 12, 15. Yeah. And you look at judging by your haircut and beard, bro, you at least, you know what I mean, my age, 30 or more. But so he was like going in on the kid. I was like, hey man, relax. You know, he's a kid. And he was like, yeah, man, you shouldn't have did that. He could have hurt me. And I was like, I understand. And none of us is getting paid for it. But you know, we make mistakes. He apologized. We should just like, you know, squash it and just continue to hoop. He was like, whatever, man, all that, blah, blah, blah. My ball, though. And I was like, you have the ball. It's cool. I was like, y'all good? I went back to the dudes because I didn't want them to be like, this man's bullying me, be all scared. Because I've been in positions like that. And it's like, I don't like bullies. I just don't, I don't respect them. And so I was like, y'all good? They were like, yeah, we're good. It's like, man, they were like kids. They're like, he's tripping. They were like, we were just trying to hoop. I didn't mean to do it. I was like, cool. So we go back into the game. The African dude starts getting mad. He started pushing people because he's big, but he's sorry. We stealing the ball from him. We're blocking shots. He's trying to get rebounds.
He's more off his size. Technique and skills. Like,
I was like, I'll just box you out. I box him out. I'm getting rebounds. We got game point. They are losing by like, I don't know, 6 or something like that. So I was like, oh, it's game point. So I smiled. I was like, oh, this big African dude's guarding me. I'm faster than him. I'm just going to do a layup in the game. So I'm smiling. I was like, game point, y'all spread out.
I love it. Right,
bro, I'm already smiling. I'm like, I can't believe these guys. Like, I was like, hey guys, they were angry. We about to end it right here. And they really about to be angry now. So I'm like, spread out. So I once they spread out, I go in to drive. I'm at the top of the key, 3-point line. I crossed. Oh, no, I didn't even cross him. As soon as I was about to cross him, I went like this, I went back, and he kind of jerked. So I was like, oh, I could just run straight through. I go to run straight through. He knees me. It's not even like, I thought at first it was an accident.
Yeah, like he stood there, your knee hit him as you went by?
Yeah, so he knees me. I'm talking about hard. Like, my knee, like I felt like I didn't have a leg. Mm-hmm. So he knees me and then pushes and grabs the ball and goes for a layup. Now I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, oh man! And I'm punching the wood, and I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what? I was like, yo, y'all know that's a foul. Yeah. Y'all obviously saw. Some dude was like, what happened? What happened? Did y'all not see this big
dude kneeing me?
This football, yo, he shouldn't even be here, bro.
I got tackled. No one saw shit.
Yo, he should be fighting Spartans. What is he doing here? I'm upset. I was like, y'all didn't see what just happened? What do you mean? It's the same dude that asked what happened, accidentally got bumped by the kid. So now he's like, he realized that how I'm upset and I got hurt. He's like, oh, so he's more calm, but he still got that attitude. Yeah. And I'm like, I was like, real talk, if I could get up and walk, because I couldn't walk. Like after that knee thing, I tried to get up and I couldn't stand on my leg. Yeah. So they had some dude help me up. My younger teammates, they helped me get up, and I hopped off the court. And I was like, I'm gonna sit this one out. And then they were coming up to me like, "You good?" I'm like, "Bro, y'all saw what happened." I was like, "If I could walk, I'd fight this dude right now for just what he did, because he purposely did." Yeah. Like, he pushed me at the end. If it was an accident where he needed me,
you wouldn't push. There would be nothing.
Yeah, I'd have been like, dang, that sucks. But you added an extra arm, and you put me out of work and all this stuff. I was like, bruh, I literally had to hop my way to my car, and drive home and then all that stuff. And then the more I thought about it, I thought my leg was all right. Went to a doctor. This man, he was just talking about, I don't know how we got on the subject. We started talking about stand-up. This man stopped worrying about my whole knee. Brian was just like talking about stand-up, and I was like, yo, but my knee though. Like, not to be, and I was like, yo, my knee. And he
so
was like,
what's the damage?
Yeah, he was like, oh, no, you're fine. That's what he told me. He's like, no, you're fine. You just gotta rest it out. Wait till it's not swollen, because it was like a grapefruit. And he was like, yeah, you just gotta ice it and everything, and then don't put weight on it, get crutches, you'll be all right. Bruh, it's like a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, who hired you as a doctor, man?
Jesus.
But so now I know what you're talking about when you say the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
In the knee. I don't know what actually is wrong with my knee, but I know because I never got.
If it's that
surgery.
uncomfortable thing where, like, it's not really a pain; it's more of uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
I would say you probably tore it because for me, when I had it, even when I got the surgery, I was able to walk the same day.
Yeah.
Because it was not any pain really around it. Like if I played, it would get sore sometimes.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
normal. But it was like that just uncomfortable, like
on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right inside. I tore my lateral meniscus inside.
Yeah.
So it felt like it was just an uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
So I would say, eventually get it checked out. Because if it happened to me, like when I was squatting first, and I felt the pop, and I, was on it for a while, and then it hurt even more. You can damage it more.
Yeah. And I've been.
Well, I mean, if you wear your knee brace and stuff, that helps out a lot.
Yeah, but I still get it because I use it to like train kicks and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
So
for training for that.
Yeah, but yeah. So that, and I'm getting older. I was like, bro, I can't be. So that's why I slowed down on basketball. So if I were to hoop now, I'm more than positive I'll give my brother work. Just because I'm not finna be on the court and not try to give you work. But I don't know. I haven't seen him play in a while. He'll probably because he's still like bouncy. So he could beat me, but then again, he fights too sometimes. So he probably hurt himself, and then you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. From now on, when you play basketball, it's just like, oh, hoop. I now understand old dudes when they hoop. Because I didn't understand before.
They don't drive as much.
No, they don't drive that. Oh, they're shooters.
That's how I feel like I'm going more towards because if you know Derrick Rose So he was my favorite player because I'm from Chicago, same area. So I used to in the Army watch his games like when I was in Korea. Like I used to wake up at 3:00 in the morning to watch his games in my time, and I used to model my game after him. I used to love driving, getting fancy layups, and I did that. And then I broke my ankle twice in the Army from basketball. Well, one's from a hike in the Army, other one's from basketball. I went up for a rebound. I landed on some guy's leg or foot, and then
turned over.
So then when that happened, I'm like, okay, let me not do that. Let me become a shooter.
Yeah.
Then I started watching more Curry. I started just shooting, and then
Curry changed the game.
Yeah, and then it became more of a even like less risk of me going to the rim and getting contact. I'm like, step back, shot.
Yeah.
Mode.
I used to try that.
Yeah.
Man, you trying to come in? I'm trying to send it to Jesus. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, and then I'll dive on the ground and everything, box out. I wouldn't care how big you are because I'll be like, I'm small, but once you see that I can play, you're going to start.
Yeah, people respect heart too a lot.
Yeah.
I realize on the court, it's very much. You can be small or whatever, but if you have heart on it, you keep grinding.
They'll play balls.
They'll be like, "Hey,
bro." Because that's how I got better. I used to play with me and Preacher were a kid. We used to play with the grown-ups. My mom used to be so upset. We used to play with the grown-ups. She'd be like, "You guys be here before the street lights," and we'd still be hooping. Mm-hmm. And she would have to come get us. And like, didn't I tell y'all? And we're like, man, this is a good game. Like, they finally let us play. These guys are like 30, and then we get better. You know what I mean?
You get better at playing with people like that. It's like you just gotta.
Yeah, you just gotta hoop with them. Yeah, but did you know Derrick Rose played in Memphis?
Yeah.
Bruh, he was so. This how good.
College, yeah.
This how good this man. He first of all, if he didn't get injured, son,
I was so.
Son, if he
in a game you should not have been in,
man.
You should have been out the game.
If he didn't get injured, he would be a different player than he is now. And I'm not taking anything away from him because he's still an amazing player once he puts it on. But after you get hurt a couple times, you're like, all right.
Yeah, his knees, meniscus, ACL.
Yeah, it's just like I won't be able to walk.
Yeah, well, he can't play the same explosiveness how he was.
Because he was like, and this is how I meant to say this.
Right.
This is how good this dude is. He was so good that some classes at the university they just passed him. They're like, man, look, as long as you score, you don't gotta come in here, man.
Yeah.
Let's stop wasting because Memphis was like, we won the trophy.
Yeah.
And we made it far with him on the team, man. We
Final Four? Or?
Man, yeah, we made it. I think so. I think we made it to the Final Four, and then we lost. I forgot who we lost to, and then we lost our coach and Derrick Rose and and they've never been the same since.
Okay, and we're down.
Yeah, it's never been the same since. But because he was so good and he was bringing attention, and the coach and the players, they were like, "We want this trophy, so don't even like." Of course, you got to do some classes because some teachers, but a lot of classes, they're like, "Don't even worry about it."
Damn.
Boom,
That's how you know you're good. You're like,
man. That dude was a monster, bro.
Oh, how good are you on time? I just want to make sure you're.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even. Sometimes my brother texts me.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, but I'll be right back.
Do your thing.
The longest I've had episodes like 2-hour ones.
Oh, word.
Like
sometimes
40-minute ones, 2 hour. Like
yeah.
That. I always have it. That's why I have like no structure, so I can just be like, we can talk about we talk about gaming for like. 40 minutes, man. I love it. So it's like I love all that stuff. Basketball I can talk for forever. But I know you do gotta get back by 6, so I'll finish up with some comedy questions, I guess.
Yeah. That's my thing, man.
Yeah. So then, how long have you been doing comedy for?
Comedy, I started when I was 21. So this is basically my 10th year. Well, it's gonna be at the end, I think my 10th year. Yeah, at September. I don't know the exact date because I never recorded the exact date, but my brother did because he remembers it because he was forcing me to do stand up. And
so he got into it first and then got you to do it.
Yeah, he was doing it like a year and some change before I did.
Got it.
And he was like, "Do stand up." I'm like, "No, man, I'm trying to be." I don't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to be cool. I was like, "Nah, man, I don't do stand up."
It's not my thing.
Yeah,
your whole voice is different.
Bro, I was
like,
I've been in Memphis for a while, so I was like real Memphis type vibes. So it's like it's a different, and not saying that all Memphis people are the same. I'm not saying that, but there's like, I don't know, it just changed your mindset living a certain way in that area. So mine was like, I gotta be hard all the time. I gotta be like, I can't be disrespected. I can't be trying to make people tee-hee or something like that. You know what I mean? So it was stupid on my part. But my brother was like, he was like, that's dumb. On top of that, you're not doing anything else with your life. He said it in front of my grandma. My grandma was like, I was like, bro, you could have texted me that. You didn't have to say it in front of her. And then she prayed and gave me a lecture. So I was like, I'm going to do stand-up. And then I tried it out. And first time I got on stage was in Oregon at Harvey's Comedy Club.
Okay.
Bomb. So bad.
How was it?
Oh, bruh. It was like, I was like, people do this? Bruh, I was, and you know what? And I always thought I was like kind of funny. I didn't think like when I would tell people like a situation or a story that happened to me, they would laugh. Yeah. So I thought I was funny that way. But I didn't think it was going to be hard to transition into funny on stage. Mm-hmm. It's a whole different atmosphere. So I'm like, if my brother could do this and he making people laugh, bruh, I was like, man, I'm funnier than him. Yeah. That's what I thought at the time. Went on stage, I was bombing. And he was encouraging me. Oh, that was great. Oh, yo, you did amazing. That's the worst
thing, too, when you bomb and people are like, man, you did good.
He was the only one that was saying, because he didn't want me to stop.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess it worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? It actually worked on him, too, because my mom used to encourage him. And forced him to go on stage the first time he went on stage, because he was about to chicken out. She was like, no, I already drove him. You get on stage. So I think he did the same thing my mom basically did to him. Like, hey, just do it.
and then pass it to you and kind of like, hey, just go up there. Yeah, you did good, man. Keep going.
Yeah, keep trying. Keep trying. You never know.
Were you the comic, but right when you went up that you did it like every day? Where you're like, I have to keep doing this.
After the first time? No. So I would go a lot with him because he would stay by at the time. This is what he was like. This is what I'm doing.
Okay.
So we were in Oregon, and he was getting his name up because he would, every comedy club, every spot that did any type of open mic poetry, he was at. He was like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it's at. I'm doing these jokes. And when I moved back to Oregon, I was out of this when I just got done with the Disney college program. I wasn't doing anything really. So when he was saying that, he was actually right. So I was like, well, if I'm hanging out with my little brother, I might as well. If I'm coming to the comedy spots, I might as well go on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't. I didn't enjoy it really until he had did a show with some super funny dudes, bro. Ian Carmel, Ron Funches. They were growing at that time.
Okay.
Well, Ron Funches was already that dude. Ian Carmel was that dude of our of Oregon. Ian Carmel, bro, it's like him and this dude named Nathan Brandon, Sean, Jordan. They were like a crew. And Preacher was like moving. He was like, he wasn't on that. But he was like close.
You're building up to it very close.
Yeah, so they started messing with him a lot. They're like, oh, this dude's funny. Oh, he's clean. Oh, he's likable. Oh, let's put him. So they were like, we got this show in Seattle. We want you to do it. Preacher's like, can my brother do some time? I didn't even want to do some time. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah. They're like, yeah. If he's your brother? They're like, yeah, of course. If he's your brother, put him up. You sure he related to you? Like, they were like, because if we ain't gonna put, so they were like, cool. And I only had like 3 minutes, maybe less. Maybe like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, bruh. It was not even like a full 3 minutes. And I was like, why would you do that, bruh? He was like, you got it, bruh. Quit being scared. Just do your jokes. And I was like, man, I was nervous. I was walking around going over the jokes. I was like, if this joke don't work, I'm gonna just hit some dance moves. Like, I was seriously. And I go up and I do the same jokes that I bombed with my Harveys. And I got a laugh. And it was like a laugh it was like, bruh, it was a crowd. So it was like the first time I did it in front of an actual crowd.
Non-comics, crowd of people.
Bruh. And the laugh hit me and I was like, did somebody shoot me with a superpower? like I was like, these are the same jokes that I bombed with, like badly. And it makes a group of people laugh. So I was like, oh, man. You know what the best way to put it? It's like shooting a game-winning shot in basketball. Okay. Like there's like a few seconds left, and you're like, whoo,
that's the best feeling.
And it goes in, and you're like, oh, snap. You're like, bruh, you're like, I can't believe I just hit a game-winning shot, and we're going to, you know what I mean, to move on to the playoffs or whatever. That's like that every time you hear a roar of laughter.
Yeah.
Every time. And I heard that, and I was like, oh, I found my new basketball.
Got it.
It was like me picking up the basketball again. Like, it was like...
You find a new passion. Like, oh, this is it. The same feeling you get from, like, playing a game or whatever. You're like, this is it.
Yeah, because I didn't have that feeling anymore. After I stopped playing basketball, I was just working 2 jobs. I wasn't... I'd joke around with people, but I would never, like, pursue stand-up or pursue basketball. I was just playing basketball street. I was like, I'm not doing nothing. And then when I did that show, it gave me like a new feeling of, hey man, this is something that you could do that you'll like and love, you know, if you just put the work in. But don't do, so my lesson from basketball is don't do the same thing you did with basketball. Give up early with stand-up. You're already here. So just keep going. And whatever happens, at least you tried. And that way you don't have to keep thinking like, oh, if I would have stayed or if I would have did this, what would, you know what I mean? So that's what got me to stand up so much.
Nice. And you kind of answered, well, because the question, I have no structure of this, but I try to ask like the last 3 questions kind of to everyone. And usually what I ask is, what's the best advice you've ever been given in comedy?
Oh, yeah.
And what advice would you want to give to someone starting stand-up tomorrow?
Standing up. Oh, all right. So, also, For me, I'd say depending on where you're starting for stand-up, try to start in a city that's not so huge. LA is a great place to do stand-up. For me personally, just me personally, and everybody has their own path. Everybody can get famous a different way. You know what I mean? This is my formula. I think LA is when you already got your jokes. Because there's so many people coming from, like, you got the best person in this place, Boston, coming here. You got the best person from Seattle coming here. This is the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So practice before you get to the league. If you go outside of LA, there's a bunch of places where you go multiple times, go up on stage, work on jokes. But if you go up LA, there's a chance that you may never get on stage for weeks because there's so many comedians or whatever. Yeah. And then practice in front of audience. You know, jokes are good when you practice in front of comedians too, because you'll make them laugh. You're like, oh, this joke will work in front of actual people. Well, people that don't do stand-up. Yeah. But also, people laugh at different spots. Like a joke right here, somebody can laugh at. You take that joke and go to Minnesota and do that same joke. They'll laugh at a different part of that joke. Maybe they'll laugh at an expression. That is true,
though. Like when you do a new bit, like something, oh, I didn't know that was funny. Right. They didn't plan that to be a laugh.
It's so cool. It's so cool to. That's why you see, like in the beginning, when comedians do joke, and they have the same 20 minutes for. That's a lot of people don't understand the process. So when they have the same 20 minutes for a while, but they're adding stuff to it or they're switching stuff out, is because a lot of times if you do jokes in different places, people laugh at different spots, different expressions, different times you do timing, and it makes the joke better. So the more you do that joke, the more you make it better. It's like with anything, consistency, the stronger it gets.
Which always it's good to build on your bits. Like if you're like, oh, this is a good 5-minute story. Be like, oh, I can add this wording and that, change that, and make the arc of the story even funnier and funnier.
Yeah, man. And
to the point where you're like, fuck, it's there.
You're like, oh, I know this is, you know. And the joke is never done until you put it on a special. So you can still add on the jokes. You can still fix it. You can still, once you put it on a special, then it's like people see that, you know. I mean, but my main advice is, if stand-up is hard, anything you do that you're gonna try to be the greatest, or not even the greatest, anything. It's not that you're trying to be better than other people, and it sounds corny when you say it, but it's just like you're trying to give the best of you. Mm-hmm. So if you put the best of you every time you get on, and you consistently work, and it's going to be roadblocks, but you keep going, that's what's going to make it you a better comedian, because you need that struggle.
You do. I feel like the grind of which I'm going through. Everyone out here in LA is going through that up and coming grind of like mics and shows and all that, and I feel like that's like it's gonna be missed. Like it's necessary going like 4 mics a night and bombing and doing a show and bombing in front of friends and then doing a good show, and all that I think is such a cool thing that we get to experience. Yeah. That other people, like, even though like we have one bad night, we bomb like 3 sets or whatever the case is, but like, what is someone else doing our age? Like, oh, just going to their normal job and doing that. It's like we get to experience how bad that was. Like, I bombed in front of 100 people and whatever. That's a feeling we get, though. And
even though it's a feeling that you like, man, I need to go back to college. Yeah. like when you bomb, you're like, man, maybe I should, do something else, like sell shoes or something. But when you bomb, it hurts sometimes. But after you get over it, when you bomb after that, it's just more like, it's not even a bomb anymore. It's more like, oh, I was trying this out. It just didn't work.
Yeah, that's why I talk to people now. It's like when you bomb now, it's not really like it hurts you more. Yeah. It's more like, oh, bad, change up the joke.
Yeah, and now the bombing is more for other people that are watching you, like, oh, he's bombing. But you're like, I'm just working out something.
Yeah, or it hurts them, or they think crowds thinks it affects us more than it does. Yeah. Like, it does, obviously,
Yeah, I want to work it.
Yeah, but you're just like, I want it to work. Yeah. I'm on your side, guys. Yeah. I want me to be funny too. At this moment, I wasn't funny.
Yeah, I just missed. But hey, and there's people that bomb and they bomb funny.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
If you can bomb and you have like a bit ready for when you're bombing and you bomb funny.
There's, and so, but like J. Cole said it, he's like, there's beauty of the struggle. A lot of people don't understand that.
J. Cole's legit.
Yeah, it's like there's literally like, because this is what people don't understand. Like when you do, what helped me grow in Orlando, what I liked about hitting all those comedy spots is that I did it in a bar, right? A lot of those comedy spots, there's some shows that are just in a bar or it's in a room where they do in a bowling alley. Mm-hmm. So you got to get these people's attention. Yeah. It's like if you lose their attention, they're not watching. So you got to get with all this distraction. You do a punchline, somebody rolls a bowling ball and get a strike. You hear woo in the you're like, man, you know what I mean? So if you get these people to pay attention with all that going on, when you go to a show, it's way different.
You guys are all looking at me in my direction.
Oh, it's like, I'm lifting without weights. I'm pushing the bar. Okay, I'll push the bar. So like going those struggles is what puts the weight on it. I remember when I first brought one of my coworkers. I invited my coworkers to a show where it's like one of my first time hosting in my whole life.
And hosting's hard.
Right. And I didn't know how hard it was. And it was 2 bachelorette parties at the same time. I don't know if you ever done one of those before.
No.
Sorry. They are the worst at a show. They are the dick straws and they are the worst. It's my time yelling. And I invited, and I worked at Red Lobster at the time. And I invited some people, like a good amount of people. And they came and they saw me bomb. Like it was bad. And I couldn't, and then I bombed so bad that the feature bombed. And there was no way.
You bombed so bad you ruined the whole night. You're like, fuck.
If the headliner wasn't so funny, it would have been a bad show overall.
Okay.
But the headliner, the way his timing was, he broke down Dean Napalo, I think his name is. Very funny. He's like an OG in Florida. But he broke down all the parties that were, before he even did his jokes. He just started going and doing crowd work to get them, and the way he did it, and then brought them around and put them in the jokes was just like, bruh, he shut the whole room up, and they weren't making noise unless they were laughing. Yeah. And
that's such a skill that like you probably develop after years of being in it. Like,
it took me a long time.
Yeah, to develop bring everyone in, talk, crowd work through that, bring people in. All right, now you guys are on board. Let me start my jokes.
I used to get mad. Yeah. Bro, I used to get mad when I'd literally tell the crowd to tell one person to shut the fuck up. I'm not even joking. I would get the crowd to chant.
That's not the way to do it.
And one time somebody was just like, because they'll say it and they'll kind of get the crowd on your side a little bit, not that much. It's still stupid to do because it takes the power away from you when you do that on the money. Some dude that was headlining was like, stop doing it. He was like, what you're doing is you're just making it more noisy. So they're going to yell at this person. And this person obviously is drunk. All right. Now they're yelling at this person. He's yelling back. So now it's just going to be a fight. You either joke about it, address it, and keep it moving, or you don't address it and let the crowd address it where don't make them like, hey, just let them be like, hey, man, can you be quiet? We're trying to watch a show. Yeah. Let them just be quiet and then like the Patrice O'Neal, just be quiet, and then the audience will police themselves. Or then they'll send some people in. Some clubs, they'll send people in to be like, hey, you guys got to go if you're going to interrupt the show. But but it helps you. It helps you. I think everybody should go through things like that because it helps you as a comedian. Once you do stand-up and you're serious about it, you need all those. If you never experienced it, how you gonna deal with it?
You need the shitty crowds or the hecklers or the bachelorette parties. You need all every time I did shows at bars, right? Like people are watching the game.
Yeah, right there. It'll be right behind you.
I do one show. There's like a guy playing an arcade game, like loud fucking Pac-Man. It's like I wouldn't take any of that back because I'm like, okay, like that should be like the hard work, and now when I do shows, it should be like the easier. Like you need all that struggle. I don't know how else, but you just need. It's fun to go through. You need it, and it's very
because it's the thing. The best way I could explain it is if you've never been through it, when it happens, you won't know what to do.
Yeah.
But if you've been through it, you can prepare yourself. Oh, now I know if this man heckles, I could ignore it and maybe he'll be quiet. Oh, now I got this option, or I could address it and joke about it for a little bit, get back to my jokes. Now I could just be like, hey, I didn't write this joke with you. What are you talking for? You know what I mean? So you got options now because you've been through it. But when you haven't been through it, sometimes your mind is like, all right, I wrote this joke and I worked so hard to make these people laugh, and you want to burp and then talk about your night with another girl right in front. There was a dude that was watching a football game.
Oh.
I posted this on Instagram. This is a dude that was watching a football game. It was the Cowboys versus another team. We were in Pittsburgh. He wasn't even watching the Pittsburgh fan. It was a Sunday night, and he was sitting up front, and he got it on his table, and it's the noise and everything. I'm like, bro, are you watching a football game right now up front? And so I joked. I didn't like back then. I would have been like, you
get mad, and then now the crowd hates them, but you kind of
but then they also don't like you because you seem like a jerk.
Yeah,
and then but then it just makes the main thing. It makes it awkward for the whole room because it's just like now I'm aggressive, but I'm not saying anything funny. It just looks like I'm mad and I'm yelling.
That's why I tell people too that you can't like put the room above your feelings. If you're upset, like show it in a way, but don't get mad or yell. Like
because that's a hard hole to dig out.
Yeah, it's very.
Bruh.
I think the audience doesn't like you. I've done shows where I hosted and I start off bad or they didn't like me. Then they have to go back up there and you can feel the energy change because I'm up there now. Like they already don't like me. Like, it's hard to.
Yeah, it's like once you give them that energy that you feel like when you it's a difference between joking on a heckler and bringing them on your side than to just attack a heckler, if it makes sense.
No, absolutely.
So I learned that, and instead of just like going like you stupid, all that stuff, I was just like, well, what team you watching? You know what I mean? I just
bring him into it.
Yeah, kind of. I was like, well, the first thing I did was like, you're watching the football game? Like, is that what everybody's doing? I was just like, I want to laugh, but then I want to see what the Cowboys do. 2 yards, and then you know what I mean? So you start playing around with it. And then it's like, all right, so you want to watch a football game. Why are you watching the football game? Who forced you to come here? Yeah. And then there's all these other questions. So it's just like, once you start questioning and playing around with it, now it's like, all right, well, I was watching the football game. But you know what? This is funny. I can see the scores. I can see the highlights. Yeah. And he puts it away. And then at the end of the show, he comes up to me. He buys me a drink. His sister was with him. She's like, I'm so glad that you talked about him. I was trying to get him to put the photo. Yeah, so it's just like, it's a cool thing. Before I would have, like I said, cuss that man out.
You fucking idiot.
Why you got the noise on? Stupid. You know what I mean? And at the end of the show, most people have been like, it would have been more negative comments. Like, even though that dude was a jerk, you know what I mean? You didn't have to, you know what I mean? Or they'll just go after him. And I don't want people to, at the end of my show, go after somebody. Just because, it's a comedy show. You want people to relax and have fun, and you're joking. You know what I mean? You want them to laugh. It's like a place to escape. So I want everybody to leave the show happy. I mean, there's going to be people that don't laugh at your jokes or whatnot, but most of the time, people that come to enjoy a show, they do when passionate comedians on stage.
Yeah.
So
nice. Man. One thing. And then heartfelt stories. I know we got time plan to get you back by 6.
Hallmark.
Yeah, I gotta get you back. But yeah, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for coming on, and we want to come on again, man.
Oh, definitely, man. Thanks for having me, bro. This was dope.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And we out.